Okay, I don't like Hamas. I'm Palestinian. I don't like Hamas. I think they are partially the reason that we've ended up in this war with Israel.
Partially, they're the only reason why you ended with this war. If they would not have invaded on October 7th, along with Islamic Jihad and all the other groups that invaded, you would not have a single person dead in Gaza right now, other than people who die from natural deaths. Hi guys, doing this is Sahar TV, and in today's video we'll be seeing a video from Campaign Against Anti-Semitism on YouTube, asking people what they think about Hamas after the war is now over. Let's watch.
10% of young people in Britain have a favourable view of Hamas, an anti-Semitic, genocidal terrorist organisation. 14% think that it's wrong for them to be classed as a terrorist group. We're going to speak with young people today and see what they have to say. Hello, making a video. Can we chat to you for a sec?
I mean, if I was educated on this topic, well, yeah, go on.
So tell me, what do you know about Hamas? What do you think Hamas is?
Well, I mean, as far as I know, it's meant to be like a terrorist organisation, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. Yeah.
Well, I mean, legally it is a terrorist organisation. In this country, it's designated a terrorist organisation. Expressing support for it could result in charges under the Terrorism Act. Are you familiar with what happened on October 7th, 2023?
Wasn't it where they took some hostages?
Hamas invaded Israel. They broke into from Gaza into Israel. They murdered some 1,200 people. They took over 250 hostage. We've done polling that say 10% of young people have a favourable view of Hamas.
Favourable.
Yeah.
What do I think about that?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think there's a strong stand with Palestine, which I think is right. Whereas I don't know if Hamas's actions are justified. But yeah, obviously Palestine is in a difficult position.
The funny thing is, he says that there's a strong stand with Palestine, yet supporting Hamas isn't standing with Palestine or Palestinians. It's actually oppressing them even more, holding the views that terrorism is somehow going to liberate the people living in Gaza or liberate the people living in the Judean Samaria area is just flawed. How could you think that this is going to reward you with anything? Why don't you think it's going to make the Israeli government tighten the borders and make sure that security is stronger and stricter in those areas? Like, genuinely. We care about our people first, whether they're Israeli Arabs, Israeli Jews. If you try to go inside and commit attacks against us, we are going to deal with you, whether you like it or not.
I think it's right. Whereas I don't know if Hamas's actions are justified. But yeah, obviously Palestine is in a difficult position.
Do you think it's possible to advocate for the rights of Palestinians while also condemning Hamas?
Do I think that's possible? I mean, I don't have enough knowledge on this whole field, but I mean, potentially, yeah, why?
I would say it is possible. I would say it's perfectly possible to want the best possible outcome for the Palestinians, as anyone would for any group.
He really
and also
doesn't know
say
anything.
the people in control of this region are terrorists. And I would go one step further and say Palestinians deserve better than the leadership of Hamas. What do you think about that?
I agree.
You agree with that?
I'm a law student by background. I believe obviously everyone, has a right to live in peace, to have kind of safety, sanctuary. With Hamas, when I hear people say free Palestine, my opinion is free Palestine from Hamas. I think that Hamas are a terrorist organisation. They are prescribed. I think that the atrocities that they committed are awful. I think that in order for the Palestinian people to have a platform, they need to have a voice that actually represents them. Not a militia, essentially, who uses their own people and civilians as human shields. I think that when the time comes that Hamas are out of Palestine and they're taken out of the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, I feel like then is when the Palestinian people will be heard properly and they'll have a right voice. But at this moment in time, yes, I agree with you.
We do have class in 5 minutes.
Okay, I don't want to make you late.
I just found the answer super easy.
Yeah, what was the answer?
That was yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go.
Oh, I'm absolutely doing this. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm Layla. How are you?
Very good. My name is Ellie. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What are your thoughts on this?
Okay, I'm gonna go yes.
Okay, can I ask why?
Okay, I don't like Hamas. I'm Palestinian. I don't like Hamas. I think they are partially the reason that we've ended up in this war with Israel.
Partially, they're the only reason why you ended with this war. If they would not have invaded on October 7th, along with Islamic Jihad and all the other groups that invaded, you would not have a single person dead in Gaza right now, other than people who die from natural deaths.
Can I ask you, as your experience as a young Palestinian, do you study here?
Yeah, I'm starting at SOAS.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So, as a young a Palestinian woman studying here, being here, I don't know if you've seen or not, but we do have in this country now, I would say monthly, but at a time weekly, Palestine demonstrations. And at these demonstrations, we have seen rhetoric via past Free Palestine, past We Want the Betterment for Palestinians, into what I would say is anti-Semitism and pro-Hamas rhetoric. And as sort of a Palestinian here, what do you make when you see sort of pro-Hamas rhetoric in countries like this?
I mean, honestly, when I see stuff like that, I really try my best to tell people, like, this is garbage and what you're saying just isn't accurate at all. Because I think what we don't understand is, like, we're seeing this from a Western perspective. But, like, I was born in Syria.
So you're Syrian, you're not Palestinian.
Grew up in Jordan.
So you're Jordanian and Syrian, right? Just kidding, just Syrian.
I've lived in the Middle East pretty much my whole life. I know for a fact that things aren't as black and white, and I know that sometimes our options are just really crappy, and sometimes we just pick the less crappy of options. But if someone is openly saying, like, Hamas is good, like, obviously I'm not okay with that, and I've always been, like, very much like, you need to get your together if you're saying something like that.
It's not that black and white.
It's not that simple.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. And there's no denying that Hamas has done absolutely horrendous things. Like, there's no denying that. Like, October 7th alone, we'll ignore everything else, but October 7th should have never happened. And it was a very selfish act. It was an act of political gain for themselves, not in the cause of the Palestinian people. And I think every Palestinian looks at what happened on October 7th and genuinely thinks, this is the reason it's gotten even worse.
I don't think it was political for them. I think it was religious for them. On the name of Islam, on behalf of Islam, killing all the Jews, taking over Al-Aqsa. It was called Al-Aqsa flood. Religious, mostly. Politically as well.
So it's, to an extent, we blame ourselves almost. We're giving ourselves the blame for what we're going through, even though it's people who we have no control over who've actually done this. And that's why there's this big issue, in my opinion, is like, we are forgetting that these are two separate things, people and government. And that's the thing, is we forget that about Israel, but we also forget that about Palestine. And that happens a lot. We forget that Palestinians are just humans and that they're not necessarily.
Nobody's saying the Palestinians are not humans, but as soon as the war was over, they were chanting Khaybar, Khaybar ya Yahud, or just to give you some clarification what it means that the Jews, do not forget what Muhammad did to you in Khaybar, the army of Gaza will do the same. Why would you chant this after a war that you started, you lost, and you're still chanting this? You should be blaming Hamas, not the Israeli government.
Hamas.
So I was talking to someone a moment ago, and we were saying, first off, with any country, yeah, there's a huge distinction between the people of a land and the people who control that land. And Hamas hasn't just done things to Jews and Israelis, Hamas has done things to Gazans, as you...
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so that is a big distinction that we need to make, and that's also why we're here as well, to try and emphasize that, yeah, it's perfectly possible and good and decent to say, you know, we want betterment for Palestinians, while also being like, and Hamas are...
It's not like a one-sided, like, blade.
Yeah.
Like, you can have multiple opinions on one thing.
Yeah.
And just because one thing is good doesn't mean the other thing is also good, or because one thing is wrong doesn't mean the other thing is also wrong. It really depends. It can come in so many different variables. So yeah, I mean, I think this is a great question, but I think you'll get a lot of very different opinions. But in my opinion, I'm gonna say yes.
So that was very interesting. I just had a very interesting conversation with Layla, a Palestinian woman who's studying here, and
Syrian, she was born in Syria, but yes, this was indeed pretty refreshing to hear.
I thought that was a great discussion. Very, very interesting to get a perspective of a Palestinian person living over here and seeing how people here express support for Hamas.
Guys, I'll include a full video in the link below so you can watch the full thing. There's about 6 or 7 more minutes to this amazing video, so please watch it and support this creator. Thank you for spending some time here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.